Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. So a few days ago, it trended. It was all over the internet on social media that Wike, the FCT minister, while addressing and having a meeting with FCTA's members and directors, slummed, and doctors came around, they ran some tests on him, discovered that he had quite a lot of alcohol in him, and they flew him to France. A lot of prayers were made. Some were of the opinion that when he goes, a lot of things were said. Of course, his immediate aide came around, refuted it, said that the minister was doing well, that he just finished having a meeting with the life benchers and all that. But it didn't still sit well with Wike, the FCT minister, because all of a sudden he discovered the gravity of what was said about him. Even though the presidency did mention about the issue of the rumor of his passing on, he couldn't help it. It entered into his spinal cord. He couldn't bear the rumor, mongers, and he said to, make his statement. At this time around, I can tell you for free that this one hit a soft spot. But before we go into the newspaper, kindly subscribe to our channel. My colleague is also in the house. According to the Federal Capital Territory Minister, that's Wike, as some few hours ago, said that he would not hesitate to sign the condolence letters of those who wish him death. This comes as he dismissed social media report that he collapsed just last week. The former governor of Rivers State described the report as the handiwork of persons trying to score cheap political points. Now, Wike spoke after he inspected 4 ongoing projects in the territory, including the International Conference Center, ICC. Now, everybody will die one day, of course, he said. Nobody will remain forever, but it is only God that can tell you when you will die, not human beings. Some of them who said I would die, I can assure you that I will write their condolence letter, he stated. And that's to tell you that when he said it's a handiwork of rumor mongers or his political enemies trying to score cheap goals, he was probably wondering, I wondered, who could it be? Because he has quite a lot of political enemies. And that's to tell you that though he kept quiet personally, it been a well, as what happened, all of us, like he rightly said, would pass on at one time or the other. But it looks as if, having read and having seen the number of persons who were really saying, like, one, I couldn't forget what one of them said on one of our pages. I couldn't but help, laugh around it. They said, "Oh God, please, this time around, this one, Lord, don't prank us. Let this one be real." I couldn't hold my laughter. My colleague is in the house. What's a take on this latest statement? Of course, Wike would have allowed it to slide. After all, everybody has seen him. He's alive. He's strong, possibly healthy, and there's no event or no evidence of stroke around him, because they said that one part of his head, from his head to the left part of his body, was actually on partial stroke. Looking at how Wike was walking, you would agree with me that there's nothing like partial stroke around. So that has concluded that particular news that it was fake and it was just a rumor. It was unfounded. But does he really need to still mention it? His presence alone, walking around FCT, shows that he's alive. Well, does he need to still refer to it, knowing fully well that now everybody has confirmed that he's alive? For him to say that he would sign their condolence letter with all the numerous political enemies he has, no one would tell where that particular rumor is coming from. What's your take?
Well, I think that there are a lot of things that we need to overlook, but there are some too you need to comment on it because it affects you directly. But it's important also for us to know that Wike has stepped on so many toes.
Yes.
And step on so many toes politically, apart from political, even in FCT there, a lot of people have lost their lands because of him. So many people have felt his impact negatively. I'm talking about reasonable number of people when he was in Rivers State. Up till now, there are a lot of people who are still bearing grudges against them. Someone talked about how the father lost his life because pensions were not paid in Rivers State, how he lost his mother because of the same pension issue. I mean, it's many. I've read series of comments in respect to it. So his enemies are very many, I must say. But at the same time, he's trying to send a message out there that I'm trying to do what I think is right. If unfortunately you uh you fall into it, or if at the end of the day it affects you, you're guilty. Unfortunately, I'm a leader. I'm not doing this based on my exactly. I'm not doing this because I just have to do it, but I am doing it because I am mandated to do it. I'm meant to be a leader that will have to, live by example. I need to impress those who have put me in position of leadership. So unfortunately, if it hits you, please, I'm not the cause of it. But those things I expected people to react that way. For him to come around and talk, it means that he has felt it. But I know that people like that, one of the things they are not given access to is actually their phones. Social media. If you notice, most of them don't even have social media, or they give it to someone to manage it. They try as much as because of their mental health. Because if you dive in and you want to see all the details about you on social media as a leader, one day you can just throw in a white paper, say, "Man, am I this bad?" and all of that. So they don't allow them to. Just that critical issues, they'll call their attention. So there's this rumor in town, blah 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 blah. But he's a drama king, so whatever that is going on, he seems to like it, and he's still following up. But I just feel that at the time, that sometimes you subpedal, sometimes you just try to, don't hit too hard, because your name is in Nigeria's national books as one of the leaders who have impacted the country, whether negatively or positively. So sometimes you just have to play down. That's my standpoint on it.
Okay, but just a quick one. I also feel that when he said that he does not know, he doesn't want to know how he's being viewed, I think he has an idea. From the days of him being the governor, when he said he's only being instructed, he's doing what he's mandated to do. I also think, apart from being mandated, I also think it comes natural to him to always like, stepping on people's toes. From the days when he was the governor, I could still remember that he ensured that the likes of Rotimi Amechi, even though he was he had federal might, he also had federal influence as the super minister in the days of Buhari, in the reign of President Muhammadu Buhari. He never allowed the person of Amechi to come into Rivers freely. He literally made that guy an Abuja man. But in his time, he made it happen. In his time, he doesn't want anyone, not even Fubara, to make it happen to him. So it's not just him being mandated. I feel that it's natural to him. He likes when he comes into a place, let him be felt negatively, positively. That's your business. All he knows is that when I come into a place, people must know that yes, Wike has entered. I am not like any other. And you would agree with me that he's actually doing exactly that. Bala Mohammed was one time an FCT minister. El-Rufai was one time an FCT minister. But none of them put the kind of effect that Wike is putting right about now. And he's not even a northerner. But whatever the case is, just to tell you that Wike had, and he could not let it slide. If despite the fact that his aide has said something about it, he had to still say it again to tell you that he's not joking with his life. Let's go wrap it up. Let's wait in